your class. Welcome back to your domestic violence class with yours truly, the counselor, Mr. James Horton. Man, oh boy, I'm just processing, continue to process this thing, this new world change, this thing called Corona, right? COVID-19. And I know you all are also caught up in the rapture of it also. And all these changes that's come about, the masses, the distance, the social distance, and all these things, and not really knowing what's gonna fix this. But moving right along, we're gonna get to a topic. This evening's topic is gonna be called the domestic pay cut and the domestic pay raise. The domestic pay cut and the domestic pay raise. Man, you know, this topic involves change, involves waking one's inner self up, bringing out the specialist in you and valuing you even if someone else doesn't value you. But we're going to move on. It says the domestic pay cut and the domestic pay raise. What are pay cuts and pay raises? A pay cut is usually a reduction in an employee's salary or position. Pay cuts are often used to keep a business, a home, a relationship, or a family balanced, afloat, and functioning. Many pay cuts never include a reduction when it comes to a relationship or a job's duty or responsibility. A pay raise is the opposite of a pay cut. Pay raises are increases in an amount of money one receives on a job. A pay raise speaks and says, I appreciate you, I need you, I respect you, and this company or this relationship would not be what it is without you. These are pay raises. A pay raise is a promotion that speaks volume to the job and the world around you. Ask yourself questions, all right? Ask yourself questions. It's that thing. It's that like, it's almost like a great hug. It's like, hey, man, you know, and people are just looking forward to you bringing what you bring to the job, bringing your good spirit, bringing your nature, you know, your God-given nature to that position, that relationship. And it's just a great thing, you know. So, you know, there's a difference between pay cuts and pay raises. Moving right on. It says, number one, when it comes to most jobs you have or had, were you known as the pay cut or the pay raise? When it comes to most jobs you've been on, have you been known as the pay cut or the pay raise? Are you known as the fall guy, the fall girl? Are you known to be the valued person you are? Bring your potency to the forum, to the floor, right? How are you looked at, and how do you look at yourself? All right, number two. Have you ever had a strong, prosperous pay raise relationship and cheated your pay raise for a relationship pay cut you found outside in the street? Have you ever been blessed, known you were blessed, or somewhat known you were blessed, and turned around and saw something on the other side, saw something down the street, saw a place you thought you should be, and cheated yourself out of the blessing you were once on to go to a pay cut blessing for someone else, right? Number three, when it comes to giving and receiving in most relationships, are you known to always give pay raises to most of your relationships and allow your partner to give you a pay cut? Are you known to just give all these pay raises and then find yourself accepting cuts all the time? It's never a pay raise for you. It's never a blessing for you. It's like it could be your birthday, you know, and you've paid for many birthdays. You thrown many parties for others and for your spouse or for your partner, and then when it's your turn, no big deal, you know, it's a pay cut. We don't have the money right now. I don't have the matter of fact. If you want a party, or if we're going to give you a party, you must pay for your own party. That kind of stuff, you know. So number 4, for those of you who were once victims of relationship verbal abuse, are you now known to retaliate in your new relationships by using the tools of pay raises and pay cuts, meaning raising your voice and cutting your partners down, right? Pay raises and pay cuts, you know, raising your voice, yelling, saying awful things, and then cutting them down. Pay raises and pay cuts. Number 5, when it comes to what you feel is good, healthy relationship communication between you and your partner, are you known to verbalize pay cut pull downs or pay raise pull ups? Are you known to verbalize this? Because some people think you're having good conversation. People say things like, I just got to let people know the real. I just got to let them know. That's why I speak the way I speak. That's why I bash them down, because they wouldn't wake up unless I came at them this way and that way. And I'll be like, where did you get that from? Was that part of your own upbringing because your parents or your the people who raised you or you came up around were downing you in such a way that they thought that was the right way to make you wake your game up? Maybe not. Maybe not. Every parent didn't know what they should have known. And some of that stuff was passed down to them, and that's all they know. All right? Number 6. When it comes to most jobs or relationships you've had or have, do you feel or believe it's your job's responsibility, your own responsibility, or your relationship partner's responsibility to give you a pay cut or a pay raise? Do you think it's their responsibility, other people's responsibility, or your responsibility to give yourself a pay cut or pay raise? Most of the time, and many times with a lot of us that can't seem to really pick ourselves up, we may find that we have a pattern of cutting our own self down before anybody else can come around. And then some people are just playing copycat. They see how you treating yourself. They see how you doing yourself. They see what you're accepting for yourself, and they jump right in, right? So we got to change this thing around. We got to change this thing around and start, coming out with a new flow, coming out with a new drive. And the new drive should be, and I pray that it will be, a domestic pay raise instead of a domestic pay cut. All right? Number 7, when it comes to you taking responsibility for you, yourself, for you and yourself, do you know you're responsible for giving yourself a pay cut, and you're also responsible for giving yourself a pay raise that you deserve, right? You're responsible for that. Oh, I've spent many years keeping most of it to myself, sometimes letting it out in a very unhealthy and very strong manner, telling people, you owe me, you're supposed to do this for me. But no, I've found that I am supposed to do for me. I'm supposed to step up to the line. I'm supposed to walk through my fears. I'm supposed to take a chance on who? On me, right? And you should take a chance on you, right? Okay? Number 8. When it comes to the coronavirus, right? The virus. When it comes to the coronavirus and most people losing their jobs and relationship partners, do you believe it could be a sign of domestic pay cut, a sign of a domestic pay cut, or could it be a sign of a domestic pay raise, right? You say, how could it be a pay raise? Well, sometimes you're not on that job no more. Sometimes the job has just come to an end. Sometimes the relationship has just come to an end. Sometimes the association with those you once called your friends that have, in many ways, not been friends, have come to an end. And you get a new start, right? You get a new start. It's like, I always make an example. It's like we got this big God up there. That's another thing as we're talking about the corona. We don't tell God how big our problems are. We tell our problems how big our God is. But back to the subject of this corona thing, and the job failures, and the money getting funny, and trying to get some food stamps and all this kind of stuff. Um, Sometimes you've been in a place and you should have really been in a new place. It's been time, and so you're not going to leave. You're not going to go and do something different. You're not going to venture out. You feel you're too old, or you feel you're not equipped for this job or that job. And God says you are equipped. But so you're at a place, and because you won't leave, you got this God that will shut some stuff down and make you leave. The God will put you in a position where you got to go and try something new and try something different and experience all you can experience in this lifetime. So don't beat yourself up because one door closes, because guess what? Another door is going to open. I mean, the air got to flow somewhere, right? So if you open the door and the door is open, I mean, sometimes you don't even put your hand on the door to open it. A good wind blows the door open, and it's your shot. It's your chance. So, okay, that's going to be it for this here class, this particular class. I would like you all to check me out on YouTube, which is Domestic Violence with the Counselor, Mr. James Horton. Domestic Violence with the Counselor, Mr. James Horton, my TV channel. And thank you for attending another lesson and another blessing with yours truly. Me, the counselor, Mr. James Horton. Thank you.